Thank you for agreeing to talk about your lovely place of business. I'm going to start by asking you what your names are and what your affiliation to the Bubbler are.
I am Terry, and I am the owner.
Wonderful.
I'm Justin, and I work here. She's my mom.
I'm going to start by asking you a little bit about your background and your relationship to Bayview or Milwaukee in general.
Okay.
Did you grow up in Bayview?
I was born in Milwaukee and graduated from Bayview High School
Wonderful.
a few moons ago, and moved away to get married. Spent 20 years in the Twin Cities where I raised my children, and then I moved back.
And did you move back to Bayview
I did move
specific?
back to Bayview.
And was that for family reasons or business reasons?
Family. I had two brothers that lived here at the time, so I moved close to them.
And what was your work life like then? What was the date of
Well,
moving
when
back?
I first moved back here, it was February of 2005.
Okay.
So I worked downtown in an office for 3 years prior to purchasing the bar in 2008.
Now, in terms of purchasing the Bubbler, were you looking specifically in Bayview for a tavern bar, or were you looking?
I wanted to be in Bayview.
And young man, who are you?
Justin, I moved down here 14 years ago now.
You moved down here about 8 months before I did,
Yeah.
so 2004.
4, yeah.
12
September.
years ago.
Yeah. And I was working in the automotive industry as a technician, working on cars and stuff. And Mom bought the bar. I threw my shoulder out playing softball.
Jeez.
Lost my job at Lexus. Started working here full time.
Left-handed.
Yeah, in a sling.
Put him to work right away when he couldn't wrench anymore.
Nope.
So.
Yeah. Ouch.
That was a nice move.
What were there other possible bar taverns that you were looking at in the Bayview area?
The first one we looked at it's now Bernhardt's. We looked there first. Our inspector wouldn't let us buy it. It was falling apart. And for the money that they wanted, he said he would have to stick that same amount of money in. At the same time, Alderman Zielinski was pushing me more toward the KK, Lincoln, Howell Avenue area.
Downtown Bayview.
Yeah. And those were all lease options, and I had the opportunity, thanks to my parents, to purchase. So we just, as a family, felt it would be a better move to purchase something. So
Was there something particular about the Bubbler, the history, the building itself?
I knew nothing about this place. I had never been in here. My brother hung out at, which was Jerry's Diamond Tap at the time. He hung out there and knew that owner knew this owner and had heard that. Hi, this is Bob.
Hi, Bob. We've met. I'm Linda.
Okay, Linda.
I'm Emma.
How do you do?
We're just going to keep recording, and then I'll
Okay.
edit this out. How are you today?
I'm fine.
I have a form for you to sign that basically says you're aware that we are recording you, and that there's and that there's sort of no known risk to our activity. I need yours on the next page.
Oh.
Sign. Yeah.
Print your name.
Print?
Yep, that's print.
Print and then sign, please. I like your hat.
It was free.
And warm.
Yeah, 25 years. You're done?
Yes, please. Is it good? Are you happy?
Best invention ever.
Thank you
On
so
Monday.
much.
Almost Monday.
Thank you.
Here's the
We're
alcohol
gonna
shakes.
We're gonna keep talking, and then I'm gonna have you introduce yourself. Okay? So you're saying you had never
I've
been
never
inside?
been in here. Never been in here, and my brother heard from the owner of Jerry's Diamond Tap that the owner here was possibly ready to get out of the business. So we called him, and he said, "You can come and look at the place at 6 a.m," because he didn't want any of his staff to know. Which I understand now. At the time, I was like, I don't like 6 a.m, but my youngest brother and I came and looked at the place and made an offer, and he accepted, with the condition that we don't come in here until we sign the papers, until we close. So we stayed out. We let him continue to run his business, because that was in May when we came and looked at it, and then it was October when we finally got the paperwork ready, and he wanted to do everything at the end of the year, New Year's Eve. So we went with that. So
Was there something about the building itself or how it was organized that you knew you absolutely could not change? That it absolutely was part of the fixture of the bar and
The wood paneling.
So with that.
yeah, there's a couple of things that have stayed. Excuse me, I have to give this guy a hug.
of course.
I'm so
Hi,
happy
Eddie.
that divorce happened.
Hey, Bob. How are you?
I was in a car accident the other
Yeah,
night,
sure.
so it's one of my regulars. Just so happy that nothing happened. So anyway, yes, there were a lot of things that were really cool, but I've since changed a lot of them. So.
Like the big 60-inch flat.
Yeah,
panel.
well, I knew that was gonna go, but the windows had the wrought iron
Oh, yeah.
on them all, but they were terrible windows, so I replaced them all.
The wrought iron was so heavy.
Yeah. And the wood paneling was kept, but the TVs,
All the TVs got changed. All the stuff, all the signage came off the wall. All new stuff went up.
That's why I came back.
You never
and the
left.
best thing
No, I
that
never
came
left.
with the place.
And the best thing that came into play, this is a great time for you to introduce yourself.
Well, that was like when they took over, and on in fact, I used to go once in a while, I go to a different bar, and I run into there are a lot of older people that used to come here that played cards. And then I bump into him, and he says, "You still go over there?" And I said, "Certainly." And he says, "Change?" I said, "Well, the crowd is younger, and my music is louder, but I met a lot of nice people."
And how long have you been coming here?
Well, this is the third owner, but I don't remember the year. My brother used to have a barn. Originally, I used to go to his place, obviously. I used to tend bar there on Bay Street.
Right. And when did you start coming here?
It had to be, God,
Well, I've had it 8 years. Tom had it 10,
so,
and
Even before that, then.
yeah, it was before that.
25 years.
Yeah, at least.
20.
We used to go to a place called DJ's down here, and his wife left him, and he let the place go, and he didn't. The air conditioning went out, and we were sitting in there one day, and it was like 90 degrees out. And I told my wife, I says, "Don't you think something's wrong here?" And she says, "What do you mean?" I says, "Our dog is in our air-conditioned house, and we're sweating our butt off." So we never went back again.
And that's when you found.
Yeah, that one.
And,
That's what,
and it was called previously the Hobnob?
it was Hobnob also for two of the owners.
the owners.
Yeah.
Went from Hobnob to the new Hobnob, I think.
Oh, they just, I don't know if they had no,
Yeah.
but
What's the biggest change? Like you had said that younger clientele and louder
that was
music.
it. Yeah, well, he brought in all the kickball teams, and you
Yeah.
know, it was so many people. It was so beautiful.
We started with one softball team, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that summer we got the kickball
Then
team.
we started, and then you started playing kickball. Oh no,
I started playing kickball before
yeah,
bar was even open.
you were on my team. That's when we played for the
Orphans.
bottle.
Yeah, the,
We played for
the bottle orphans. Yeah.
The bottle. Oh yeah, that's, I
'cause
remember
we,
those jerseys.
We went around as the orphans for
Because you were
2
bartending
years,
at
2 years.
Bayview Bar, and then they sold or closed. So then you had like 40 or some people.
40 people that I would contact weekly, and we would meet at a different bar in Bayview, and we were known as the Bayview Bar Orphans.
Fabulous.
So then, yeah,
And that was a mixed bag of 20-somethings to 50-somethings kickball players.
and we played for the bottle.
Broke my ankle.
Yep, first game.
Oh, jeez. There goes a new car.
Yeah, and that's when I just that earlier that week I started at Lexus.
Really?
I didn't
Yeah.
have insurance at the time, so I was hobbling around in tennis shoes until my
boy.
foot healed. It hurt.
I watched you come down on it. I know it hurt.
Oh, the blood curdling scream. Yeah, that was fun.
Do you still have a team?
Yeah.
Do you
And then
still
that
play?
summer I started a kickball team, and it was named Liquid Courage, and we're still playing. We actually played last week,
Played their first game of the season last week. So.
12-0.
Did you?
Yeah.
And
Took like
it's
4
pretty
innings
much
and
the
knocked the
same
rust off. Yeah, it's about 75% original people.
Original people. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And our original softball team still plays
Mm-hmm.
on Monday nights.
And then come here?
Yeah.
It's
What did
fantastic.
I sponsor this year?
I don't know,
5, 6 softball teams.
3 kickball.
Kickball.
a volleyball,
2 volleyballs.
2 volleyball.
Oh no, Noonies didn't get in.
No,
That's
one.
right, just Big Ten.
So every night you have a
Every
different
night but
team in
Friday.
here.
Every night but Friday. Yeah.
And we don't need anything in here on Friday.
No. All you need is more stools.
Yeah. Friday and Saturday.
Everybody's
Need
waiting
less
for
dice players is what we
They
need
wait
on a
for they
Friday.
wait for somebody to leave and the stools.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
second row vultures.
Yeah.
And a few of the old hobnobbers,
Yeah.
when they started coming in here, they'd say, I liked it better when it was the hobnob. At least you could get a stool. Like,
Yeah, that's about it.
remember?
That to me just sounds like we're doing something right.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
So it was much quieter back when it was the hubnub.
Yeah.
There wasn't
It
as
was
much.
an older gang.
It was an older gang.
Yeah. He had that
Cribbage League.
cribbage league, and
Oh my.
that was a disaster because nobody drank.
He had to tell them to drink.
He forced them. They had to pay
Yeah,
so much,
everybody had to buy a round.
and they had to buy chips. So when he went out of business, I could have sat here all night if I known. I would have come a lot earlier. 'Cause there were a million chips, and everybody was trying to get rid of them. The people were walking out here with cases of soda. He was trying to make up the difference for the
Yeah.
chips. He was.
And of course,
There
they
was
were all
so
mad
many-
at me because I wouldn't take the chips, but
Right.
I didn't make that money. I mean, I would.
That would be a terrible way to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money out there.
Yeah. They had Ziploc baggies full of chips.
Paper bags, garbage bags. They were
Especially,
fucking in.
especially the cribbage bears because they didn't drink.
They didn't drink.
They were all drinking soda.
Suggested a library or a church basement to play, because on Monday nights they would come in here, couldn't play the jukebox, couldn't have the TVs up.
Turned all the lights up like it was closing time.
Yeah, they had to have the lights bright so they could see, and then they had to tell them that they had to buy around, so it's, why don't you want to keep the cribbage league? I said,
Yeah.
It's so profitable.
No,
He says, can't even fit you in the basement.
no, I can't.
This is quite a family affair and a regular affair, it
Yes.
seems like.
Yep.
There's been a lot of talk about sort of the gentrification of Bayview and how that's changing how Bayview operates and different populations coming in. And have you noticed any change in population?
Lincoln and-
or
Yeah.
Lincoln and KK,
The crowds have gotten younger.
the crowds have gotten younger?
Yeah.
and there's no place to park.
there's
there never
nowhere to
was.
Not in that area. Now it's worse. Now there's so
Oh,
many
yeah.
taverns on there. It's
Yeah, it's worse.
one on top of the other one.
It hasn't creeped this far yet,
No.
too much. I mean, perfect example, our neighbors.
Yeah.
Our new neighbors. Oh, those windows are filthy. The decorations are coming down Tuesday, so we still have our
windows
St.
clean.
Patty's Day stuff.
Has that changed how you're thinking about your business model or what you're stocking or offering in terms of?
We have brought in a lot of more micro brews or specialty beers lately, more so than we've had in the past few years. And our drink specials are still the same as they always have been. The prices may change from time to time, but you're still knocking some off when a game's on or whatever.
That's our other thing. We don't have we do now. We have a happy
Running
hour
happy hour.
Monday through Friday, 2 to 5. But any Wisconsin game, Badgers, Bucks, Brewers,
Marquette.
Marquette.
Yeah,
Packers.
it's really a draw though. It really worked out
We
well.
have drink specials, so
Yeah. It's a great idea.
I've been checking a lot more IDs lately.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm starting to feel old.
They haven't checked me yet.
Just the first time. I remembered you after that.
Oh, okay.
Now, how often would you say you get the opportunity to come in?
At least 3 times a week. At
Is there a
least.
particular time, like you want to be here when the kickball team is here, or you don't want to be here when
Not
the rowdy
really.
kickball team
I like
is
to get here around 6 so I can get a stool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right before the rush usually.
And then unless they have a birthday party and then I don't know about it, and then it's packed as soon as you walk in. I see all the cars out there, and then I tremble. I said, oh, it's going to be a problem.
And Bob walks here. He lives
Yeah, I
what,
walk here. I
3
live like
blocks
3
away.
blocks away.
Okay. And are you guys close to the?
I just bought a house on 15th and Howard.
Okay, so how far are you away? Do you
10
walk
minutes
or drive?
10-minute drive.
3 miles?
Less than
Because I'm 2 miles. You're about a mile.
about 2.5.
2.5.
I walked it one night. It took me 25 minutes.
That's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
With all
Might
the
have,
length
it
of those
might have
legs.
been speed walking a
I
little
was
bit.
going to say, you should have get that
pretty good.
skateboard down the hill.
Yeah. It might have been alcohol assisted walk home, so it might have been a little bit over the toes.
The torso faster than the feet.
Feet trying to catch the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planing home.
It was raining out too, so I was kind of moving quicker.
On the average day or night, what percentage would you say is sort of a regular crowd? How many, how many people do you know by first name?
That's a tough one because most nights it's pretty regular, but the regulars have been getting more and more. Like we've seen more and more people come in and almost like Bob 3-4 times a week. So we're getting to know these people on a first name basis, first drink basis.
Bringing in the food changed our clientele a little bit, but a lot of them have become regulars now. 'Cause
Well, they came from the other place,
Yeah.
too. They followed him from, he was on 16th Street
Sandcastle.
and the Sandcastle, and then when he came in here, then they followed him. 'Cause I see a lot of old timers come here, and they're having the little ones.
And when did you add food service?
It was September of 2011. My brother passed away in February of 2011, and I had just told him he was going to do the food, and I just told him in January before football starts we were going to have food, and must have scared him. But
That's
So
a
then-
great idea.
so
You
when
have
he
to have
passed
food.
away, I know nothing about food. I've been a bartender my entire life, so when that opportunity happened, we snatched it. So yeah, so that's been good.
Now, I've been told a number of sort of tavern lore history from as you were saying earlier, the young woman used to work at the Hobnob, the original Hobnob, who became the
Oh no, the girl in the moon on the High Life bottle.
Yeah,
Met her
please.
husband here.
met her husband here.
Yeah.
Okay,
In like the
and
30s, I think.
okay, so what was that story? She worked here?
No, she was like a regular here, I guess.
Okay.
From what I understand, at least. That's the story I heard.
Okay.
Is that the one that was in the paper?
Yeah, that was the one that was in the paper.
I saw that article. In fact, I cut it out.
Yeah, the girl that posed for the girl in the moon on the High Life bottles. I thought that was a really cool story, and that was Bob, not this Bob, but the other Bob. Well, a 92-year-old Bob and his son Mark
Oh, the
used to
guy that
come in
died,
here.
the elderly
Bob,
person,
he-
Bob, yeah. What's his, the one that lived up the block?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and his son Mark used to come in all the time.
Yeah, he's in Waukesha someplace, I guess.
Is he?
I think he's out west someplace, yeah.
Thank God, I thought he was dead.
No.
Yeah. Was he also telling me about like when he landed on the beaches in Normandy?
Wow.
Yeah, he had some stories. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And you would have never thought it looking at him.
When
He's just so
when they
quiet
moved
and
him
calm.
away, that that took a
My
chunk.
cousin was there, and when I was working at Milford, this guy said he was there. He said, yeah, I was there too. And I said, did you see my cousin? He looked at me, yeah, Bob, right.
And you had once mentioned that this building itself has burned down.
No,
Like-
not all the way.
No, it's
Burnt.
there's been fires twice.
2 or 3 times,
I
I
only know
think.
of one because when Tom took it over, the guy that wired it was an electrician, obviously.
I know.
So you had to have
Yeah,
an
because we had
electrician.
somebody go back through and redo all the electrical, didn't we?
Just somebody
A
else.
lot of it, yeah.
Well, he had, Mike was here for quite a while doing plumbing too.
Plumbing, yep. And then I had that goofball electrician.
Oh, yeah, the
He-
guy'd never leave.
He was taking a permanent residence here. I thought. But he did a lot of electrical stuff, so.
Yeah, but never the candy melted.
Yeah, that was the weird thing, that the fire was right in the center of the loop down there.
Okay.
And there was a box of Hershey bars on the bar, and everything was burned all around it, but that box of Hershey bars.
That's
were
why this
still
place
there.
is haunted.
It is haunted, I know it is.
Protect the candy.
Freaking basement scares the crap out of me.
Because your uncle's down there.
Yeah, I know. After he died, I was stocking the cooler up here, and I went down to grab a case of High Life, and he's like, "Don't forget the High Life." Like 4 months after he passed away, I'm like, nope, I gotta go.
There's a
Yeah.
book out that it's called So You Will Know It. I don't know who, I got the author's name at home, but, and there's a picture of the bar in here with the bowling team in that book.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
My sister-in-law's got it. If you ever want to take a look at it,
Yeah,
I'll borrow it from her.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
She inherited from her mother, so I don't know if it's around anywhere anymore.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You had said also that there used to be gambling in the basement.
Yeah, when we had the phone
there-
lines run,
Phone lines, there was,
he said there was excess lines. And I asked some other older
A
regulars, and they
number
said
of
that this
lines.
used to be a place for bookies. Like you could come in, make a bet, and there was like girls in the basement on switchboards,
Like running
calling,
numbers?
calling
Running
in,
numbers, yeah.
yeah, calling in bets.
and there's still a lot of lines down there.
There's still a lot of lines down there.
A lot of lines. Because I had to run that line from there over to the ATM. And so when my phone guy came in, he's like, "What's with all?" And he's like, "I can't even follow because there's so many down there."
Yeah, that's because I had to ask after you told me that. I asked one of the older regulars. Do you know anything about that? Oh yeah. Like, oh great. So there's more. Good. Awesome. What else you got?
Yeah.
So who do people think is haunting aside from your uncle? There was a female ghost. Is that?
I've never seen.
You don't. I don't think you can see them. You can feel
No.
them.
I was here one night. I always used to think it was somebody from Kelly's, when Kelly,
Because
my
that's the
neighbor.
oldest house in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a really old house. But I thought it was somebody whenever she was here, because she and I were sitting here one night, and I was closing, and all of a sudden all the hangers moved
And then
on
the door
coat
slammed.
rack, and then the kitchen door
door slammed.
slammed. We had a full door on there.
Yeah.
I
I
And
was
I
here
looked
with
at
I was
Kelly
here with you at closing that night.
thought Kelly was here.
Kelly was here too, but I
Yeah.
remember that because I remember the coat hangers moving and then the door slammed. Like, can we go? I want to get out of here.
And now, from time to time, if I pull the cameras up and it's dark in here, you can see the orbs moving around.
Yeah. We had one of them follow one of our bartenders out one
And
night.
then I told him, and now I swear every time he closes, there's lights on because I think he doesn't,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to be here in the dark. So. It's a friendly ghost.
That's why I'm always like, hey, somebody want to hang out? Help me close? Just hang out with me while I close.
Yeah.
Talk to me so I don't start talking to myself.
Oh yeah, it's interesting.
A lot of history. So, much of your staff is family.
Yep, my daughter also works here,
Your daughter also works here.
and then my future daughter-in-law
It's working right now.
is working right now. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna get a water.
And then,
You know?
how
Would you
many
like water? No, thank you. Oh, you got it.
how many other individuals do you have in employment?
My cleaning lady who came with the place also, and then I have one other. Oh no, three other.
And are they all local?
Yeah.
Like, are they all Bayview locals who?
Yep, yep. not sure where Nooney lives. No.
I
He's
know
close because he walks.
I met him around Tenton Walker at that restaurant. He said he lives around there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure
Well-
exactly. He lives in that area.
Yeah.
There's a
Brendan-
restaurant I go to there, and I'm coming out of the restaurant. He was walking by. Oh, hey.
Yeah, he walks everywhere.
He's the one. That guy works so many hours. He's telling me, he said, "You're buy a tavern. You wouldn't have to hire anybody."
Yeah, because he works at Dale Z's,
Yeah.
and he'll open there on a Saturday and then close from. He'll work 11 to 7, and then he'll work 8 to close here every other Saturday. He does that.
Workaholic.
Yeah.
And
a
he's
good
wanting to
bar-
move to Florida, so
He's a great bartender, though.
Yeah. He is.
he is good. He's working tonight.
Very efficient.
That's right.
Just have to go to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know. You have to. And
How
I'm
would
glad
that
you're
look?
going
Empty
somewhere to
stool.
watch
Right.
it, and you're not putting it on here because I don't want it on here. People get
Bunch of
crazy.
grown goofballs. That's all it
Yes.
is.
I used to know a guy that reffed. He says that the ones that fight in our locker rooms were worse than the ones in. One of the Monreals used to be a ref for them.
So what is your favorite thing about being a proprietress of a bar tavern in Bayview?
It's got to be the people.
That seems to be a pretty consistent theme throughout the neighborhood,
Yeah.
throughout
Yeah.
the businesses,
Yeah.
throughout, that this is a very tight-knit,
Community.
multi-generational
Yes.
community.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, I still keep. Yesterday, I met some more nice people.
You're still meeting nice people.
Yeah.
Wasn't here, was
In the
it?
beginning,
Yes, it
when
was.
we first opened up and I was bartending and I couldn't remember people's names, I'd go over to him and be like, "Hey, help me out." Now I'm returning a favor because
Because I don't remember.
it's
Well,
not-
you meet so many people.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
you should just give you a notebook with a pen. Just sit there
Yeah.
write people's names down.
I think I better
Everybody
get-
should wear name tags.
Right.
That would help me out a lot.
Either that or get him a book with like Polaroids.
Yeah.
You are who?
I'll look you up.
So is there anything I have forgotten to ask you that you really like to tell people about the Bubbler or the community or?
I think that for you, well, from what I've noticed whenever I answer the phone calls and people are looking for, is he in?
Yeah, Terry. Can I
So
speak to
she's-
Terry? And
I don't necessarily think it's breaking a gender cycle of being bar owners, but it's that thought that people have in their head. Well, it's a bar owner. It's got to be a guy.
Yeah. It's mostly is, unless it's a husband and wife thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I started out with both my brothers as partners, but when my
And I still get the.
One
So does
brother.
your dad part owner too? My dad's not even in the picture. It's just my mom. She's awesome. She did it all by herself.
Right.
well, with the help of your grandpa, who I pay back monthly.
Right.
He's in Arizona right now.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, he went yesterday.
Nice, good for him.
Yeah,
Lucky.
86 and still moving and shaking.
We took him to Florida in December.
Yeah, he took him to Florida in December. And
Drove
I-
him down there.
And then I took him to Mexico in February.
Oh, what
And
a
now
dull
a,
life.
a friend of ours just took him to Arizona for a week or 10 days. He's not coming back till the 10th, 12th. So. Yeah, he's moving. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Chasing the sunshine. And
I know that vitamin D thing.
Yeah. So, in terms of the future of the Bubbler, do you have any plans in regards to the facility itself, or?
My goal this year, as soon as I get my taxes back, see how much I have, I'm gonna put new awnings on the front. And maybe some blinds on the windows because as the days get longer,
The sun starts to hurt the eyes.
yeah, it gets hot. And it also sets our alarm off in the middle of the morning. Or
A reflection off a bus.
a bus usually is what does it.
Because
Yeah.
they'll
Interesting.
strike something across the floor
Right.
and the sensor will go off.
The
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah. So then the alarm company calls me at all hours.
Yeah, just what you needed, huh?
Yeah, yeah, because I sleep so well anyway. So, those are my two things for this year, I think.
And we learned from one robbery.
And we learned from one robbery, yeah.
Have you had one?
Yeah,
or have
just
you had
one.
multiple? Was it when the people were
No,
present?
it was totally a fluke, I think. I don't know. I came in early to set up
Hi,
because I
Frank.
was heading out of town. And it was hot in here. It was October. So I opened up that window. And I went downstairs, got all my cash ready, brought it up, put it in the till. And in the meantime, I had my dog in here and she was driving me nuts, so I put her in the car. And then I went back out, got a cooler and put some beer and ice in it and went back out. And the whole time there was this guy sitting across the street watching me. And I got a creepy feeling. Left, set the alarm, forgot to close the window. And I got to the stoplight, I was going to pick up my friend, and I saw him crossing the street. And the first instinct was, I should go back. But I didn't. So I came through the window, busted the fence down to get into their
He just
yard.
hopped the fence.
No, I didn't. There was a piece of the fence laying there.
When he left, yeah.
Well, either
Either
way,
way.
because he went back out the
Yeah.
window. So, yeah.
I came in to open up and the drawer was gone. I called you. I'm like,
Well, Patty called me because the alarm wasn't going
right.
off.
But I came in to open.
Yeah, but
and there was no drawer.
Yeah.
So that's when I called you. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Well, call the cops.
And I was an hour away, so.
And it took, 6 hours for the cops to get here?
Really?
No, they got here at 3:30, but we couldn't open. You know, they didn't want us to open until, and it was a Friday. So, yeah. But by the time they dusted everything for fingerprints, it was probably 5:36 before we could open, but which Paul was freaking out because he needed to sell some pizzas. But yeah, so that was, I don't leave the windows open. And I figured, I trust my neighbors, you know, I never thought anything about leaving that side window open, but now I don't. I don't even leave them open when I go downstairs anymore.
The sense is that this is an incredibly insular, safe community, right? That
Yeah.
this is a fluke occurrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he saw me pull up and come in, and he probably knew that we weren't opening for a while. And then as I went out, in and out, he was watching me. I knew he was watching me, so just had a weird feeling. So. But I'm glad I didn't come back.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
You don't want to confront something like
No.
that.
And I would have walked right in on it. So.
And all he took was the register money. Didn't even get the cash box money, which is good. He tried to break into machines. He couldn't figure those out. We empty them every day, so there's nothing in them.
Yeah. But he stole all my keys too.
So we had to have everything
change everything.
rekeyed. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Still, for only getting $250.
Yeah. Well, he got Patty's pay too.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, he took the drawer, so I had to buy another
Yeah.
$100 and some dollar register, but
Right.
it still wasn't enough to turn into insurance. So,
Right.
yeah. Just a headache.
Right. A blip.
Yeah.
Because it's been mostly smooth
Oh, yeah.
sailing, smooth operation.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Built-in regulars, and then
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole flood of new regulars.
Well, I think the bar community is really strong too. I think all the bar owners that we know, everybody treats each other like family. The bottle down the street, their ice machine crapped out.
On Friday.
Yeah, so they came in here. We have a big ice machine. They filled up their ice buckets and went about their making money day. So,
Yeah, they called me
yeah.
at home. One of their regulars. Well, he hangs out here too. He said, I'm calling on behalf of the bottle. Like,
Who called you?
Jerry.
Oh, okay. They know they can come in anytime.
Says,
But yeah, with like community stuff like that, and like when there's like sketchy people at a bar, you get a text message
right away.
yeah,
You know.
hey, keep your eyes open for these people. It's usually pretty good,
Yeah. Yeah, we all work together.
and it's nice to have a nice little cop presence in here every now and then.
Yeah, we do have a good MPD
Off duty.
off-duty cop presence in
So
here.
yeah, if there's ever an issue, they just text somebody on duty and they
Yeah.
roll through.
Yeah.
That's nice. Is there like a business association in Bayview that you're affiliated with, or is this just all word of mouth? You all know each other.
Well, we belong to the Tavern League of Wisconsin,
Okay.
which, what is she, secretary? Deb?
I'm not, I don't
She's
know.
over at Plainfield Pub. So she's the one I get the emails from. But as far as us closer knit bar owners,
Bar families.
we all kind of stick together. And we're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Near the lake, we're really good friends with the people at
Club Garibaldi.
Club Garibaldi, and then the Bottle,
Red Bar,
Red Bar. Yeah, I just drew blank.
Kingpins.
Kingpins, yeah.
About how many bars are most of them family owned as well? Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. T-Bone Jen, the Kingpin family.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie and Nick at Red Bar.
Joe and Kate.
Yep. Yep. It's not something that you go in by yourself usually. You're gonna need a few people behind you.
Yeah.
so is there anything else I've forgotten to ask? Anything else you really want people to know about the bubbler?
Bring money.
Bring money. Nice.
Nice, Bob.
We like cash.
Yeah. Can't think of
I
anything.
can't think of anything either.
I'm gonna close off I'm gonna close down our interview.